This is a first impressions video, seeing as how I've only played a day. Square Enix was kind enough to give me and many other content creators early copies. There's info I'm sure I'm gonna get wrong, having not experienced the full game. But I plan to make a side assault instead of a pinch down the road after I played more and had the comments rip me to shreds. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a remake of Final Fantasy VII, but not really a remake because it's not the entire game and chunks of it are very different. Collabing with the wonderful world of Harry Potter, Square Enix has managed to secure the rights to the Dementors, who are now everywhere in Final Fantasy VII and they suck the soul out of your body and it hurts! I'm in that lucky middle ground of a remake where I played the original, but I played it so long ago and now I forget like 90% of the game, but still remember key features and some cutscenes. Why is this lucky, you ask? Because I don't get blinded by nostalgia, and I also kind of get a fresh playthrough while periodically getting to be like, wait a minute, they did these animations in the original too! I'll start by saying I was actually really happy seeing these cheesy animations from the original just kind of, well, remade? Ironically, the elevator scene in particular triggered a wave of nostalgia and reminded me of Barrett doing those exact movements just limited by his polygons and PS1 processing power. I always viewed Cloud as kind of a self-proclaimed badass, with everyone else just kind of being like, haha, okay man. But to my surprise, Cloud is exactly what I thought of him in the remake. He's a dick, he's a prick, all the girls want his stick, but no one's taking his mopey and edgy crap. I bring this foldable table everywhere so I always have something to lean against when I'm brooding. Yeah, okay man, let's go get some more pizza, bro. Wedgie hungry. The characters do feel a lot more fleshed out, and despite being insanely cheesy, I really enjoyed them outside of feeling the need to gasp for literally anything happening. Granted, most of the cast can be boiled down to one defining characteristic: food, uwus, dick. But I think the cliche nature of most of them is pretty refreshing. Sure, Square said they wanted to flesh out all these characters, but I'm kinda glad we didn't have like an AMC Walking Dead levels of, here's my past, feel bad for me when bad things happen. Often. I seriously enjoy the dialogue and animations in most cutscenes. They gave me a giggle, mate, more often than not. I mean, for crying out loud, they actually acknowledge how awkward Cloud's sword is in a very brief way, which made it that much better instead of having a focus drawn to it and a laugh track thrown over it to land the fact that it was a joke. The environments look amazing and really flesh out the hallways of Midgar, but once you get through enough hallways, you get to a bunch of town filled with all sorts of side quests like kill enemy over there, kill enemy over here, go over there and kill enemy. The side quests so far are insanely disappointing. Hopefully we get some deeper ones in late game. And boy howdy, if you love it when games steal control away from you nonstop to pad out the time with exposition or dialogue, you are in luck, because it happens all the time. Just let me run. Just let me move fast. Just let me play the game. Okay. I understand that sometimes it's to disguise loading screens, but that isn't always the case. A lot of the time it is just padding to make sure you cannot skip the dialogue and the game has a 40-hour playtime instead of a 20-hour one. The game does it all too often and it gets very frustrating because the game does have so many hype moments and fights. Why would I want to keep going from moment to moment like this?
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
When I can have gigantic breaks like this.
I felt that one in my guts.
They just keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Sure, you can make the argument that the walk and talk provides a downtime to make the hype more hype, but the downtime can just be the time it takes to go from boss to fight to all the cool stuff without having control taken from me. Have the characters talk, give me full control, and if I move past talk zone, have them be like, fine, screw you then. So if I want to hear it all, I have the option to wait. But Sky! No, this isn't a reviewy review, this is just my opinion. I'm allowed to have preferences different than yours. If you like those moments, great. I just don't. Another gripe's probably the lock on camera. More often than not, I wound up throwing the camera against a wall or something and I'd immediately have to unlock the enemy. It'd be nice if you could lock onto the enemy and still manipulate the camera a little bit, but save lock rotations for the D-pad or something. But it's a small price to pay for the combat. Can I just say how much I love this combat? I normally don't enjoy JRPGs because the whole God is evil, you're the chosen one stare at menu gets kind of tedious after the 50th title. But man, if all of them made this jump, I'd probably be willing to play shit like Persona 5. I just find this type of combat really fun. Sure, some abilities lock on, but you have the option to dodge a lot of attacks. And if you do need that break to think about stuff, you can actually break. You can kind of stop time and just be like, you know what? I'm sucking. We should probably try and swap that up. Regular attacks will lock you into lengthy animations, and you can't just mash and expect to dodge or counter right away. At first, I did think it was going to be just mash to win and then hit him with specials, but pretty early on, the game starts throwing enemies or bosses that require dodges or blocks, otherwise you'll be in for a world of hurt. If you are mashing, you won't get that chance. I'm not the best at the combat, but I've really been enjoying learning it. I've leapt into every battle I could because I just found it so fun and wanted to get better at the system. Apparently, it's kind of like 15's, but I didn't play that, so this is brand new to me. I will say though that it does kind of suck that you can't heal in menus or cure outside of combat. It's probably why they throw a million potions at you, but it does become a chore to heal because you can't just quickly use them in a menu. You have to do this little animation every time. Still though, I can't wait to play and experience more of this game, and despite having not beaten it, I'm already looking forward to waiting 10 more years for part 2.